Welcome back to Alphablocked. Another round. Another farming milestone. This time, pineapples. 40,605 experience for each pineapple plant. So that's pretty solid. Now here's the question. Can we pay the farmer to get rid of this plant? Because we have not unlocked pineapples. Chop the tree down? Yes, perfect. Alright. And as another positive little thing we get here, you can protect pineapples with watermelons. I didn't even plan that. That's just luck and victory. So all of our pineapple plants will survive, which is super convenient. We can only go to 4 fruit tree patches. That's okay. We will manage just fine. And honestly, I'm probably just going to do pineapple plants for the rest of our farming levels. They are so much more experience than willow trees. It's not even funny. There's all 52. Yeah, this is not going to take much at all. Also, don't think I really need to use the ultra compost. I'm not sure exactly how protecting things works. If it just automatically saves your plants. If they can still get diseased, it's still worth using the compost. Just speed this up a bit. Not that we're exactly strapped for time here, farming-wise. We still have plenty of other stuff to do before we're done here. So, just a few rounds of pineapple farming, and we will be level 60 in no time. So I'm going to get to the rest of these pineapple plants, and then we can start unlocking some interesting things. The first 2 item unlocks for this round are very much related. And together, we'll unlock a new training method. First up, unsurprisingly, starting with the letter A, the Astral Rune. I can't make much use of an Astral Rune, seeing as how we have not completed Lunar Diplomacy. But it's still necessary. Along with the Body Rune to unlock ZMI. With these last 2 runes, we have every possible rune that you can runecraft there. Now, whether ZMI is actually going to be a decent training method without teleports there, it's unlikely, but we'll give it a shot. Take off all the stuff that might weigh a bit. See if we have any pure essence. We're gonna need more pure essence. So let's grab out some cash. Pure essence. For 1 coin each, that's not bad. I've not calculated how much pure essence we need. We will start with 30,000, because it's very cheap. Like, literally one of the cheapest things you could possibly have. So, we got our small pouch. And we got some dreams. So let us get over to the entrance of ZMI and see if this is something that's actually going to work. The biggest problem here is going to be run energy. To a lesser extent, damage. So we've grabbed a handful of things for more defense here. We have to use the bank here with mind runes. Probably going to be worth it to just have the stamina potion with me to use when applicable. Because we are in the unfortunate state where we get to run there and then back. It's probably going to cut down. Don't just keep rolling. I'm trying to follow a person here. Come on. It's going to definitely cut down on the speed of this. Because it's definitely a slower run. Going back here instead of teleporting. Somebody's dropping runes. They're dropping a lot of runes. You also probably would want to fill up the bank besides the mind runes and the small pouch. Just make banking here a little bit more simple. So we're going to release the mind runes, release the small pouch, fill the bank. Now if we go here and we deposit the inventory, we deposit everything except for the things we need. So we can grab a potion when applicable, grab some runes, fill the pouch. Yeah, just the 3 runes in that pouch is not a lot. But we're only level 22 rune crafting, so. I don't know if anybody's ever tested what's better rune crafting experience. Just do fire runes or running back and forth to ZMI. I imagine that just running back and forth is probably going to be slower. You do get more experience at ZMI though. It feels like it's going to be faster to bank to make fire runes. Alternatively, I think this is probably going to give us more profit, so that's something to consider. Although we're going to be chugging stamina potions, so maybe not. I don't know. Well, we're here now, so I'll probably just do this at least until 25. Drink that. Nope, that was banking. Drink the stamina potion. We can probably do 2 runs per stamina sip. The question is, that's going to take out all of our profits here. We could probably make do with fire runes just going to Ferox Enclave to restore our run energy every few runs. There's 23. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. We can be here confusing everybody by running backwards. Everybody else knows what's going on. Well, for the most part. They've got lunar diplomacy done. They're making normal choices. We're out here doing our best. And these bank space fillers are definitely speeding this process up. The next question is going to be, how much run energy are we going to lose, even if we can do 2 trips? Because if it goes below 80, that means we're not replacing all of our run energy. Not gonna be a problem for just these couple levels here, but if we consider doing this for more experience later, we're going to have to consider it. Let's see if we can get any XP rates here. It's not bad. 19,000. That's probably, from what I saw, that's probably similar to Fire Runes. Might be worth it. Might be worth it. If we speed this up a little bit. Stamina's expired. Drink. Oh. And we're back. I think it's probably going to be a little bit slower since it dropped off at the end there. Because a full run does involve getting back to the bank. Overall, not bad, though. So it's going to be very quickly, we're going to get to 25 here. There's 24 already. So then after that, we're going to want to get the medium pouch before we continue rune crafting. So, yeah, 18, 19k-ish. I'd say that's worth it. It's more entertaining, too, than just teleporting back and forth constantly to the fire altar. Alright. Not bad. Not bad. It's also going to speed up as we get more pouches and get better runes, I think. ZMI. It's a place. Alright. I'll be back in a moment when I get 25. Just like that. Level 25. We can now use medium pouches. Once we unlock them, of course. And we don't make any law runes, so we can't teleport there. So let's get to Ferox Enclave. I think I'll probably just stick with this for my rune crafting. We check the value of the runes we made here. Most of them are pretty cheap, of course. $600. That's not great. It'll get better. It'll get better. One sip of stamina is like 1,000. So yeah, we'll get better eventually. So we're gonna clear the bank fillers. Store the everything. Put the small pouch there for now. Alright. That should work. That should work. So now we can move on to unlocking our next item. It's going to take a little bit of work. We're heading back to Mauritania. But first, we need to start the quest by talking to Ava. A very worthwhile quest to complete, Animal Magnetism. And the first thing we need to do is find some undead chickens. A very large number of steps in this quest before you get to the first item you need. No. Assuming you already have ecto tokens, I guess. Well, the first item that we haven't unlocked, I suppose. So we need to head into Mauritania and try to procure these undead chickens. For the next part of this quest, we need to help out Alice and her husband. Before he became a ghost, he put all the money in the bank, and only he knows their PIN number. He's not going to tell me it to tell his wife, and his wife refuses to use ghost speak amulets because the cows and chickens freak her out. So we need to head to the west and get a specially made amulet so ghosts can talk to people. Conveniently, over in the swamp is someone that can help us with that. The old crone, in her random shack right next to the Slayer Tower. I'm sure that's not a very loud place. She can help me out by taking one of the hairs on my shoulder that she managed to see. If we give her the Ghost Speak Amulet as an example, she'll make the Crone Maid Amulet. We can't wear it because we're not a ghost. Your ghostliness isn't ethereal enough to wear this. Perhaps you should wait a few hundred years or so. That's a little bit of an overestimation, since Alice's husband hasn't been dead that long. But again, we are a permanently respawning, immortal kind of thing, so maybe it will take hundreds of years for the player character to die. It's possible. It is possible. But on that note, well, not really that note. Just, we're continuing on to the next thing. Instead of going back and giving them the amulet, we're putting it in our bank. Because that's just how we do. Oh boy, we made body and astral runes. Okay. Next item is also rune crafting related. But I don't think we're going to be able to make much use of it. Well, not yet. Well, you'll see. Scratch that plan. It cannot be done. I wanted to go and get dense essence blocks, but that requires 25% Arceus favor, which we don't have and cannot get because the library book system has so many items we don't have unlocked. So instead of doing stuff over here in Corrend, we're gonna get something helpful in the other corner of the world, namely the desert. Something that would have been useful for some previous escapades. The desert shirt. Now we don't need to use water skins quite as much. Not that we plan to do much more in the desert, but good to have. Good to have. And we can get one more item here at the Grand Exchange. Going to get Equa Leaves. Don't plan to do anything with the Equa Leaves. They just start with E, and are easy to get. Very good. Next up, we're taking our fishing rod and our red vine worms, and we're returning to complete fishing contest. 3 beautiful giant carp later, one of which is in my bank technically. See if it lets me just finish this with only 2. hand over your catch, and we win. We got the biggest carp. So we get the Hemister Fishing Trophy, which in actuality is just called Fishing Trophy. For what I need. So then we just need to put this in the bank as a placeholder. Temporary, but very necessary. Then we can turn it in, and we can finish this quest. We were so good at fishing, we didn't even need this other raw giant carp. In and out. Should be good. It took a little bit. Significantly longer than the typical attempt at fishing contest. If we talk to Vestry over here, we have one. We've got the trophy. And we get 2,437 fishing XP and 1 quest point. And we can go in these tunnels now. So that's fun. Now this is what I call unlocks. Very cool. We will continue working on quests with our next item. But we need to head back to Glariel's tomb. Once again, the Moss Guardians, with their ability to hit like 10, 14, doesn't matter. We have 80 hit points, so we can very safely come in here and grab Glariel's urn. Contains ashes. It's definitely something. And then outside of the tomb, I've prepared a teleport to Varrock. Super convenient for me. Another highly questionable thing that we're going to be storing in our bank. Is it worse or better than those dwarf remains? Fairly similar, really. Well, at least it's in an urn. So that's something. Next item we already have. It's the herring that we had thrusted upon us up in Pier the Seer's puzzle house. So now we can do anything we want with a herring, I guess. We could eat it, we could sell it, we could drop it on the floor. Herring. It's not the best. Alright. Next on the list would be another good item if we were doing more Slayer tasks. Infernal Ashes. You can get these from various demonic creatures. Which ones I'm not entirely sure of. But at 2,000 coins each, that's pretty solid. Technically, we could use these for prayer experience if we wanted to.
But we already have 60 prayer, so I'm not too worried about that right now. There it is. Infernal Ashes. The last two J items we bought were the Jungle Camo. So we're going to move slightly off of that to get the Jungle Demon Mask. The visage of a greater jungle demon. Interestingly, we don't have any lesser jungle demons. 25,000 coins. I'm sure this would look perfect with my jungle camo. Like it or not, this is the full jungle set. Looking good. I think I will use this set to go get my next item. Because why not? Many keys were harmed in the making of this trip through Melzar's Maze. All the way to the top, then all the way down to the zombies. Still not difficult, but you shouldn't expect difficulty when you're level 95 doing Dragon Slayer. But there is key. This one's a blue key. Still just called key, though. To my continued annoyance. But we got there. And we did it in this outfit. Maybe we can make it look better with our next item. Starts with L. It's going to be super neat. We're getting ourselves a left eye patch for only 6,000 coins. Significantly below the max exchange price. Nice. Now that's fashion. Jungle camo and a left eye patch. You don't know what you're missing. Looking snazzy. Next on the list, we've talked about it earlier. It is the medium pouch. But getting that is going to take a bit of effort. We need to go to the Abyss. And doing so is highly dangerous. So we're only going to bring the essentials. Guess we don't need the glory. Okay. When you go into the Abyss, it drains your prayer. So that is something we need to be worried about. Currently on death, we are risking 157,000 coins. But protect item brings it down to 38. That's just the prayer pots. So what we need to do, climb in under here. And head up to the Zamorak Monk. Out here in the shallow wilderness. Pray protect item while we're going. Grab the teleport. Drink up. Pray melee. And I think we'll probably be best off fighting the leeches. We are looking for an untradeable drop. So that should pop up in the chat box for me. I think this is a particularly rare drop, so we shouldn't be here too long. But protect from melee solves basically all the problems here. We don't have most of the talismans, and they're not worth much in general anyways. I'm not too worried about picking them up. 3k from my talisman though. I'll take that. That's fine. Anyways. Abyssal leeches. Until it's done. Managed to get a medium clue scroll before the medium pouch. But there you go. Also, we don't get to have that mine talisman, unfortunately, because we do not have that unlocked. So that went back on the floor. So long, 3,000 coins. Hello, medium pouch. Another thing to consider with the rune crafting pouches is that we will need to repair them. So that's going to be a pretty slow endeavor for us, unfortunately. We will see how that goes once we start doing more rune crafting with it. Technically, right now, head on up to 50 rune crafting. I think we might let that wait for a second here. Instead, it's back to moleskins. We've got seed boxes and ring boxes. And teleport to Falador boxes. But what we really need is for these items that are supposed to take up inventory space to not be noted. Is it 2 or 3? That would give 4 spots, though. These nest boxes continue to confound me, honestly. We're skulled with our whip and fury. Heading to Falador, and no longer skulled. Well, that shows you how long that took. 1 skull's worth. Talk to Wyson. I'd like to trade mole parts. There we go. It worked. We got seeds and empty. There we go. Perfect. Nest box. Empty. So now we don't need to go running back and forth, buying a whole bunch of extra mole skins. We successfully produced an empty box. Well, it's full of bird nests in the box. So the box itself is not actually empty. Sure looks like it would be empty, though. Not the case. Alright. And now, we get to head back to Roleka again. It is so many trips to finish this puzzle, I swear. Hello, Pier. I am back. Gonna go in this door, up the ladder, and study a unicorn head for an old red disc. And that is our O item. Old red disc. Then I immediately leave and lose the old red disc, as is the usual for this puzzle. There are so many items in this, and this is only part of the quest. If we want to actually finish Fremnic Trials, there's still the entire item chain of so many other items. You don't really appreciate how many different pieces are moving around until you're doing a silly account like this. But my goodness, so much going on here. That is one step closer to being able to go through this door. Anyways, we continue. For my next item, I'm going to pluck a desert phoenix, completing a medium diary task, and getting a phoenix feather. Useful for a quest, but not when we've started, and not the first item either. Just one of the things you can apparently get before you need it. Unlike some things. That's okay. Helps me get something that starts with P. Not the most common item. Stash this in the bank. Alright. Now we can continue on. We're in an interesting position, again, where this is time for the Q item. There's nothing. We can't. We could try to make quicklime, but our character would still refuse to do so. And, unsurprisingly, we still have not completed all the quests. Or Fairy Tale 2. So we are still stuck, as far as that's concerned. So we get to move on to R. And if you notice the direction we're going, we're making a very quick return to Releka. Don't worry, Pierre. I have returned. To go through a door, go up a ladder, and this time study a bull's head for a wooden disc. That's not right. Is it in a different order? Well, that's not on my list. Okay. No, I already have wooden disc? I already have the wooden disc. I got the wooden disc back in round 14. Okay. That checks out. We've unlocked the wooden disc. And we actually do need it right now. So we just need to go through a few more steps here. There's the vase. We unlocked that. Round 10. Search the bookshelf for the red herring. Yep, red herring. Use the red herring on the cooking range. Get the sticky red goop and herring. Use the sticky red goop with the wooden disc. And there we go. There's the item for today. Well, for this part of this round. We already were here today. Red disc. And that is how this whole quest be going. We get another free herring, which makes me feel like you can have an infinite supply of herring here, possibly. I mean, let's try it. Let's test that theory out. open the door, go upstairs, search the bookcase. You get a red herring. Use the red herring on the cooking range to get a herring. Search the bookcase. Find another red herring. Use it on here. Yep, this is an infinite supply of herring. Fascinating. Not useful, but fascinating. What are the requirements to start Fremnik trials? Interesting. I don't think there's really any specific requirements. I know you can skip the part where you need to get the levels for the lyre. So you might be able to just come here, start Fremnik trials, go up there and get infinite free herring. I don't know why you would want to do that, but it seems to be possible. Fascinating. Not useful. You can just get like 5 thieving and go get some cakes or something. But yeah, infinite free herring. The more you know. And now, a different quest. Following the instructions that we find in the diary of Herbie Flax from Morton, we add ashes to a Termin potion unfinished to create the Serum 207. I will have to calculate how much more cost-effective that might be than making super attack potions. Might be able to get ourselves some cheaper herblore training here. So that's a huge win. And it's going to be a huge win for the citizens of Morton once we get back over there and can start curing them a bit. But, as per usual, not right now. We've got a different objective constantly. It's this whole thing is very all over the place. So we are gearing back up and heading back to the Forthos dungeon. These spiders seem to have a pretty decent drop rate of these pages. There's the Tattered Moon page. The third and final type of page. Now we are free to stay here for an extended period of time, sipping our prayer potions, training our skills a little bit, because we need to get 4 of each of these. So we're officially 1/4 of the way done with collecting pages. I think I will stay here for a wee bit. Many, many handfuls of spiders later, we've got all 12 pages that we're going to need. Also picked up some rune stuff, which we don't get to keep. But we did get 3 grimy ranar weeds and a nice pile of runes and such. Let's quickly go to the bank and we can easily price check the stuff we get to have. I don't know if we made any money here. We did get a decent number of like death runes, nature runes, cosmic runes, a couple soul runes. And the upkeep wasn't too bad, just super attack and prayer pots. If we store these rune items over here, which we don't get to have. Put the Tattered Moon pages in here for our tea item. Check the price checker here. Dump everything in. That's 157,000 coins of runes, cash, ranar weeds, and eggs. That's something. Now we don't need to do that again. Fantastic. Next up, we are taking our amulet from earlier and heading back to Mauritania. One crone-made amulet handed over to a ghost. Now we can get ourselves some undead chickens in this amazing cutscene. The undead chicken is far more agile than you might expect. Being chased by a ghost. He's having a hard time. How did he lose sight of the chicken? And here comes my new best friend. We've both got Darok's axes. Me and Cow Elite Killer. But he's very rude. And kills Bessie. Bessie, no. Then he threatens the chicken. So the chicken decides he's safer with the farmer. That's one way to catch a chicken, I suppose. They should be slightly concerned about the vast uptick in people with giant axes coming to their farm. That's none of my business. We get to buy those chickens. We'll get 2. Wield undead chicken. Oh my gosh, can we wield the undead chicken? Oh, this is good. Perfect. Yes. Just an undead chicken in a sack. It looks at you with beady eyes. Concerning. Well, that is our item for you. Now we're heading back to Relaka. Again! We are making big progress here in Pier the Seer's puzzle house. Because we get to come downstairs. Well, down ladder to the other side and make use of these red discs we made to get a vase lid. It doesn't look like much, but it is the next step in the puzzle, which is immediately going to be taken away from us when we leave. But hey, free herring. So I really can't complain. Every time we come here, we're just getting more herring. So that's something? Nothing? I don't know. Yeah. We're getting close. We are getting close. We are almost able to go through that door for the first time. But now, we should be able to wrap this up. Unlike other times I've said that, none of these items should be so incredibly rarely purchased that they're going to make us any problems. Technically, this one we could make ourselves. I'm just going to buy it. A willow shield. Wow, that is a low price on that. That doesn't sell. Alright, we're making it ourselves. Let's be a little proactive here, shall we? Willow logs. And a knife. And there is Willow Shield. It has stats. They're not great. No negative stats, though, so It's something. See how it compares to our anti-dragon shield. Strictly worse. Alright. Anti-dragon shield remains the king of, I guess, magic shields. And the hard leather shield is more of a range shield, so that's okay. Looking through the new items we have gotten today, I do not think any of them are going to help us in challenge mode raids. We could whack them with an undead chicken while wearing a jungle demon mask, but I don't think that's going to help. So we're going to continue not doing 100 challenge mode Chambers of Xeric. Oh well. Last two items. You, short bow, unstrung. I don't need to make you short bows for any reason. Our fletching is already past that point. But it's an easy and cheap thing that starts with Y. And that's mostly what I'm going for today. And that leaves our final item. Once again, getting a Zamorak item. This time, the Dragonhide Shield. Maybe. Yep. Maybe. $200,000. Oh no. I thought these would at least sell. What an unfortunate circumstance. Alright, we've got some money on us. I can go a little overkill in the price of this. Oh, come on now. I say. It's just a situation of no one's selling any. It'd probably be okay to put them for like 250k. Not 250,000 shields. That's not how many we can purchase. Alright. Putting in for double the active traded price. Apparently not as active as expected. Now we get to wait again. Alright. Be back when it sells. It took a few seconds. Oh, there you go. Zamorak and D'hide Shield for 250,000. Glad I took the offer out for 400,000. Saved myself 150k there, probably. Not bad. Got some pretty decent stats on this for a shield. 7 range attack bonus. Very nice. If a bit unfortunate, since our ranged weapon is the magic short bow, so we can't use a shield with it. We'd have to go with iron knives. And pretty sure that iron knives and a D'hide shield is still worse than a magic short bow eye with rune arrows. So that's not a huge deal. Does outpace the hard leather shield as our item of choice if we were to do so. Or I guess probably magic defense is pretty decent on it too, huh? Alright. So, I'm not going to bother sending these off to another account right now. But we can get an accurate bank price check by taking these in the inventory for a second. 30 million, 700,000 coins. Very cool. We got some bowstrings in here that we can sell later. Always still working on that. Nice and AFK. The bank is nice and full of all sorts of things, some of which we can remove the placeholders of. We're not yet in a situation where we need to worry about bank space. It just keeps things a little bit more tidy here. Ultra Compost is already in the tool leprechaun, so that's not a huge problem. Yeah, that's fine. Gear tab's looking very nice with all our various things. Total level is 1,444. Doing pretty good in getting our skills up to 60. Still a few questionable skills that we need to work with. But overall, I'm doing pretty good. Did some questing, more progress in a bunch of different quests. Overall, I'd say doing nicely. Let us check out the wieldable equipment that we've collected today. That looks to be it. We got the desert shirt, the undead chicken, 2 options for shield, and 2 options for hats. You see this guy coming. You're not sure what to expect, but it's going to be weird. You see this guy coming. It's just going to be weird. Before we wrap this up completely, since we are getting towards the end of this whole adventure, I want to do something a little different. I'm going to go take on a boss. Let's see how this goes. Here is our setup. It's a bit of a mess, but hopefully we can use this to take down the King Black Dragon. If we enable protect item, we're only risking 50,000 coins here. Lots of these items, namely the hat, top, cape, bottoms, boots, and shield, are really not worth much. So we should be good to go on that front. It is a bit of a trek to the King Black Dragon, so we might just try to use the obelisk system. Get to 35 or 44, that'd be quicker. But immediately going into the wilderness, we're going to turn on protect item. We've got on quick prayers, because I don't feel like losing over 1 million coins right here. That is, in fact, not recommended. A few things that we're missing, which you would generally want, would be things like a super strength potion, an anti-fire potion, but we will make do with what we have, or die trying, which is also a distinct possibility. Our stats are not super high or anything. We don't have piety, so we will see how this goes. We might need to try running under it constantly. That guy was afraid of me. Comical. You better watch out. The guy with the obvious nonsense gear is coming for you. Protect melee. There he is. So we'll drink. Super attack.
Here we go. We've been frozen. Frozen can't move. Alright, let's start flicking. Ow, 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 ow. Let's go into here and eat. We're not doing so hot so far. Yes, do more melee attacks. That works for me. There we hit. Not having the anti-dragon shield, not having the anti-fire potion is definitely not going to help us. Oof. This is not going well. And we're using really weak poison resistance. Yeah, things that are not happening would be this. If we try walking underneath him better. Turn run off. Start just walking the KBD. Oh yeah. Oh, you hit me still. Don't hit me still. I don't appreciate that. Ow. Yeah, we're trading blows, but that's probably not going to be good enough to get us the kill here. Yes, definitely the anti-fire is not helping. Alright, we did not bring a teleport, did we? It's a slight problem. It's a slight problem. Ow. Alright, let us eat up a bit. Failure. You come to expect it. Maybe we should take on a slightly lower level target. I think we'll still go for something in the wilderness, but how about instead of the King Black Dragon, we go for the Crazy Archaeologist? That sounds doable. Okay, this should be a piece of cake. Again, we're using Protect Item, because why not? If you're actually fairly competent here, you don't take any damage, so we should be able to manage this one. Yeah, Protect from range. Ready to go. Trident of the Seas. Very, very solid magic weapon. Should be very doable. Magic level is 86. Also really good. So we should be able to get this boss kill. Or demi-boss kill, maybe? Either way. It's got a kill count on it, so that counts for something, I'd say. Here we go. Just need to dodge a little bit. And let the trident do work. That was Taste My Knowledge, not Rain of Knowledge. Oh yeah. Comparatively, quite easy. Even if we get hit for a little bit, not a big deal. There's a very high chance that we won't be able to keep whatever drop we get. But that's okay. It's more about the adventure at this point. And adventure says we got a task complete. Got rune crossbows and a looting bag. Maybe we can put those in the stuff we don't get to keep bag. If I was an Ironman, I'd be very excited about that. Rune crossbows, KC1. Can't complain about that. Very fun. Pop back over to Ferox. Technically, this bossing escapade at the end of here lost me a bit of money. But we're not going to talk about that. It's probably still going to be 30,700,000 coins. So that's okay. Or whatever it was. 30 million something? 30,100,000. Sure, whatever. Close. I think that's the right number. Oh, it was. Yes. If we wanted to do more dragons, we would still desperately need to get anti-fire potions. That is not on the cards. So instead, we will call it there. More, all sorts of stuff. Quests, cosmetic items, weird unlocks, and doing skilling slower than most. Next time. Goodbye.